Hi guys, hope you're all well on this fine Wednesday morning. Just want to do another quick episode here. Today, the 7 steps to buying an investment property in Vancouver. So this is obviously similar to buying a principal residence for yourself, except there's some other considerations that you're definitely going to want to take into mind when doing that. So we're just going to name a few of the things here, our top 7 that we believe are the most important. Is it the right time to buy? So this takes 2 pieces of that kind of question, or breaks that question into 2 pieces. Is it the right time to buy in the market? And is it the right time to buy, more importantly for you, financially speaking, by way of mortgage pre-approvals and the price point that you're looking at? Does it make sense to buy now? And there's a variety of different things that we look into on this specific topic. Timing the market is always not a gamble that we suggest to take, but there's definitely a right and a wrong time for you yourself in your individual circumstance to purchase your investment property. This comes into a lot of the financial side of it, of course, and most importantly, is the investment that you can afford to make, that you want to make right now for this investment property, going to be financially feasible in the sense of, is it going to cost you at the end of the day to own it, or is the mortgage going to suffice at all the expenses, for example, taxes, strata fees if you're buying a condo, of course, maintenance fees, not the strata fee, but an additional maintenance for you as a landlord that you may have to take part in. So all these sorts of things, is it going to be a positively cash flowing or a negatively cash flowing investment for you? And that's really what we mean by, is it the right time to buy? Finding the right realtor. I'm just reading through the blogs I typically do here, so you can also see this in a little bit more detail noted out on the website, McInnesmarketing.com. The main value of a realtor here is, just like if you're buying your principal, pointing you in the right direction of not only the investment numbers, what sort of market rent are they getting? Is this a good rent or a bad rent? If it's vacant and you're going to put someone in, what sort of market rent can you expect based on credible comparables? And then again, building that equation backwards from your purchase price on if this is going to be a positive or negatively cash flowing investment every month. Obviously with the goal of being positive. A lot of people, especially in this market with the prices, even though there has been a huge increase in the rental numbers by way of the monthly rental numbers and the cost, still the majority of the people that I'm looking for properties for are ending this equation, meaning ending the month in a negatively cash flowing position. That's something, if you're comfortable with, fair enough, but you need to know how negative and how comfortable you are with that, because these numbers can also still change. So you really need to keep a very focused eye on those numbers, and working with a realtor that's experienced in those numbers is going to just make that playing field a lot easier and alleviate any question marks when it comes to that. The other side of this is working with a realtor that knows what they're looking for. Similarly to if you're purchasing a principal residence, you're going to want to purchase an investment property when it's a lot more analytical and a lot less emotional in a building, again, if we're assuming strata, that is not going to have any assessments coming down the line. Because if you're very tight on that monthly budget, and if it's just over in the green or just under in the red, an assessment is going to come in and totally destroy your entire financial equation with this investment property. So you really want to be with an experienced buyer's agent who knows the buildings, what to look for, red flags to look for, so you're not experiencing any sort of assessments, ideally, or at least can forecast by looking through the strata documents and so forth, what may be realistically coming down the line, just to paint the brightest picture of what you're about to purchase into. Again, the whole goal of all this, principal resident as well, but with the totally emotion removed out of the investment property purchase, and just looking at the analytics behind the numbers of the investment, we really want to stay away from any possible assessments on the building coming down the pipeline. Where do you want to buy? Again, a hugely, in Vancouver here at least, affordability factor based decision. And then second to that, what is the neighborhood that you're looking for offer? Are you looking at central downtown Vancouver? Are you looking at next to the entertainment district? Are you looking at Cole Harbor for a little quieter, excuse me, maybe a higher end clientele in theory? Yale Town, so you're closer to a lot of those amenities. Just outside of downtown Vancouver, you're looking close to a SkyTrain station. These are all the fundamentals when it really comes to what you want to buy and the reasons behind what you're buying. Or if it's strictly an affordability issue, then fair enough. But if you've got a little bit of room to move around, it's always important to buy close to those amenities, parks, schools, transit, SkyTrain stations that may bring value to your tenants. Not necessarily to you, obviously, but to try and build the biggest possible pool of potential tenants that you can tap into when trying to rent that property out. What is the actual cost of investing? Again, this goes back to hammering down the exact costs of the property. What's the strata fee? What's the property tax? What is the mortgage rate? What sort of term you're looking at when you're going to have to renew, and what that whole side of the mortgage equation looks like, assuming a little bit of a buffer for maintenance on the property. We say typical kind of studio or one bedroom, allow a buffer of like $100 a month, because you never know when you're going to get that call, my sink clogged, or you're going to have to get other people in or go in and buy pieces yourself to fix the space with. All those sorts of things, and really breaking down all the possible numbers. The taxes, if you're buying it in your own name, not as your principal, obviously there's a property transfer tax either way. Also, if you're buying brand new, there's a GST equation. So there's a lot of these numbers. So really getting down to breaking all the numbers down and what exactly it's going to cost you principal money to buy it with, and then what the ongoing monthly cost is going to be, minus from your monthly rent, and where you end up. Are you in the green? Hopefully. Are you in the red? Hopefully not. And if you are, which a lot of people are, again, due to the pricing and affordability, hopefully not too much, because you never know what's going to happen on the outside. If you can say, oh, I can afford an extra $50 a month, I can afford an extra $250, I can afford an extra $700 a month. That's fine today maybe, but are you going to be able to afford that long term? This is obviously, assumably, a long-term investment to try and, at the end of the day, have cash flow positive asset here that's going to be paying you, and you don't want to be in the red for years and years and years on end just to bank on or gamble on the principal value of that said investment property. So yeah, that's really getting down, again, picking the agent and the mortgage broker and really getting an articulated view of what the actual numbers are going to cost to invest. Property management or self-managed. Are you going to manage it yourself? Do you want to be the landlord, or do you want to pay a percentage or a monthly fee to a management company to do that for you? Also very important and very real question about what you're getting into. Selection of strata and building. Again, what building you're getting into. Is it worth buying in? Just because it may tick the box of affordability doesn't mean it ticks the box of a building worth buying in that's going to be problem-free in the short and or long term. So again, picking your agent properly so they know what to look for. What is a leaky condo? When was that done? Is this building rain screened? Is it partially rain screened? Why did they partially rain screen? Is there a potential assessment down the line for the difference of the building? All these little questions, and it all ties back to which realtor, of course, you're selecting to work with. Studio, one bed, two bed, townhouse, detached. Again, price point based 9 times out of 10 is an affordability based question first, and second, what neighborhoods are the best, are going to get you the best return, ideally going to try and get you the best clientele, so on and so forth. And that's the top 7 things we believe you need to look out for when buying an investment property here in Vancouver or really anywhere. If you have any additional questions on this, or it went a little bit over at 9 minutes, try and keep it to 5, but it gets hard. I like to ramble. If you have any additional questions, obviously j@mckinnesmarketing.com, 604-771-4606. Sorry for the little office view today, not out on a sunny day, but hopefully next time. And thanks for your attention, and we'll see you soon.